We need it. Like oxygen. Why we breathe it. Like water. Like a box. Like a box. Like a box.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back again to Women in Tech Like a Boss, and I am ecstatic to be hosting Mary Foley. I'm also a little bit nervous. Mary's been on the scene for a long time. She's had a lot of practice at podcasts. She leads an effort called Power, the potential of women entrepreneurs realized, and it is an exciting podcast. If you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend it. She's also had tremendous background in Girl, We Gotta Talk as a radio show. For almost 20 years now, Mary has been coaching women in her Bodacious Ventures effort, helping women, as she says, keep their red cape flying. So let me turn things over. Hello, Mary.
Hey, great to be here with you today.
Well, it's fantastic. I mean, the fact that you're both a coach and you've got a background in engineering, I think is really going to speak to what our audience is listening for and looking to hear.
Cool. Well, I am happy to help. And I know we got a lot of questions to cover because listening to your podcast already before, I have got to deliver on some good answers. I'm impressed with what you've put together.
Well, thank you for that. And absolutely, we fly through it, but not too fast that you don't lose the opportunity to get the information, but we keep it going. All right, Mary. So Bodacious Ventures, how long have you had your coaching practice? How long have you been a coach and an entrepreneur?
18 years, and I can't believe it. It doesn't feel that long.
That's amazing. Now, you've got a tremendous vision on how to help women, complete with your love that red cape flying on your LinkedIn background and on your personal webpage. How are you trying to change the world?
I like to think of it as changing the world one successful Wonder Woman entrepreneur at a time.
Oh, I like that. Now, when you go to work, it's, I think, pretty clear already, might be a bit redundant. Whose lives are you changing?
Well, I am changing individual women who are usually solo practitioners, solo entrepreneurs. Sometimes they have their own team, but it's not just them. It's their loved ones that I'm impacting as well. Because when they're successful, their significant relationships all improve and have a positive impact.
Yeah, I think people don't realize the whole value of the ripple effect and everything from positivity and mood, as you say, to relationships.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And, it goes one way or the other. It's either going to go in a positive ripple or a negative ripple. And every day, and frankly, every moment, we have a choice. And sometimes it's easier to choose than others. But overall, in the net, I'd love to say I left this world a more positive place than negative.
And you're definitely doing that already. I think that cues up our next question really well. What makes you a good leader?
Oh, I thought about this. I really think personally, it's the combination of strategic thinking and some kick-ass motivation with a good dash of fun.
That sounds like a good combination. Now, if I turn things around and interviewed some of your clients, what would they say with respect to the leadership skills that they value the most?
What I hear again and again is my ability to laser in on the real problem, whether it's a business problem or a mindset problem. And so one of my gals said, you took me from scattered on steroids to focused on fire because you could cut right through what was really my problem. And I was like, wow, okay, great. I'll take my engineering degree and say, thank you to Virginia Tech for helping me do that.
And that's great. And indeed, I guess all the experience too you had at AOL, working your way all the way up until you got to the point where you were leading consumer and training sessions. Now, it ties a little bit into the next question too, but why do you do what you do? At the end of the day, why do you do it? Why do you help so many people?
Because I truly believe, based on my own personal experience, that when a Wonder Woman entrepreneur, when an individual sees their true value and their abilities, they really do the best good for themselves and for others. So through this process of helping women generate the revenue they really want in their business, they have to tap into and see their true values and their abilities and shift from any negative to any positive. And it's just a truly powerful thing. So it's helping their businesses, no doubt, but it's helping them as an individual. And like I said, at one successful Wonder Woman entrepreneur at a time, that's the impact I want to make. And that's what I do,
It is what you're getting done. And then you've got an edge, both a coaching edge and a technology edge. Can you comment on what that really is?
So the technology edge, all right, I'm not going to tell this. I'm going to be really quiet. my selfie stick. It's my selfie stick, I like to say, and which is really funny because in my mind, people know me for my selfie stick because I have it with me all the time in my purse, whip it out and use it. It's really low end technology, but it is technology that connects people because everybody laughs when I take it out, but everybody wants to be in the picture. My coaching edge, I think, is that I just keep it real. I say it like it is. I say it as I see it, and I'm authentic with that.
Clearly, that comes through in all that you do. Now, you've been a coach for a long time. Bodacious Ventures has had success, as you said, for 18 years. Is it what you expected it would be?
No, it's not.
That's honest.
I had more glamorous ideas of what it is. Coaching is hard work. The biggest reason I say it's hard work, and this is not a complaint, it's just the reality, what I wasn't expecting was just to the extent that everything I do has to be congruent with what I say. And it's very self-exposing. You have to be willing to be vulnerable to be an effective coach.
So then on the bad days, what gives you the strength to keep going? Because there's bad days that for everyone.
The alternative to a bad day. I mean, what I mean by that is so I'm 6 feet underground or in a jar. I mean, what keeps me going is the fact that there's only one shot that we have, at least that I know of this time around on the earth. And so as bad as it's ever been, I just don't want to give up.
And with all that energy you've got and you're harnessing, is there anything that you haven't yet achieved? What's next for you?
Right now, I have just recently launched what I call the Rev Up Society for Women Entrepreneurs. And this is a group of really serious, committed women who are building their businesses and doing it with a lot of community and like-mindedness and support. So I want to really increase this Rev Up Society as my way of impacting more women.
If you could change anything from your past, what would be different? I know, it's the killer question.
It is. My first thought, I want to be taller. I'm only 5'2". As you said, I really want to be 5'5", 5'6". But you do what you can with what you got.
That's exactly it. Now, when you're not writing books, and I know you've already written 3, what else are you doing in your downtime?
I like to drink wine and go to wineries. Gotta say, it's one of my favorite things. I live in Virginia, in the state of Virginia. There are over 270 wineries here. Most people don't realize that. We've been to 100 so far. So it's a nice project, and I got room to grow.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they have some lovely Viogniers down there. Really enjoy them. And I write a wine down and chill column actually on Fridays just for fun too. Just,
Love it.
Yeah, so I'm a fellow wine drinker and loved your post the other day on that. Aside from your love of wine and the frequency with which you like to go to wineries in the state of Virginia, what else do you want people to know about you?
Well, I was thinking, because it was just on the wine thing, I want everybody really to know, this is very serious, that if you love sweet wine, you are not a real wine drinker. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. Okay?
It had to be said.
It had to be said. What do I want people to know about me? That as much as even yourself, Loralyn, put me on, I don't want to say a pedestal, but look up. And I appreciate that because at 5'2", how many people can do that? But I'm a real person too. And I would only say, if who I am encourages you to reach for more, let it be that and no more. Because I can tell you myself, I'm looking up to somebody else going, that's where I want to go next. So we all can help each other that way versus being jealous or being critical.
Oh, cheers to that. Amen. To that end, do you want to share the best tip that you have for the next generation of women in general and women in tech in particular?
Biggest tip I have, which I have to go back to my early career with AOL, is the one that has served me the most. And I got to think it's going to serve future generations. And that is, no matter how technical you get, no matter how focused you get on the knowledge for your career, your business, always be striving to think strategically out of those weeds and say, what's the big picture, where I want to go, how I want to navigate my career, how I want to build my business. And you're going to need other people's thoughts and input to figure out that strategy. But if you only see yourself as a doer and not an overall macro planner, you will never lead your own career or life. You will always be one to just go, oh, that looks good. You've asked me to join in. I'll do it.
You've already been wildly successful on your own. So I don't know if our audience can help you, but is there any way that we can?
Well, there's always a way. First of all, everyone who's listening, every woman in particular, value your abilities that you already have right now. That will help me and everyone around you. Secondly, go for it. Go for that next, you can say rung on the ladder, or that next adventure, or that next thing. You will be uncomfortable in doing it because there's no way to grow and learn and do something different that you want to accomplish without being uncomfortable. So do that. And if who I am and what I offer is something where you know a Wonder Woman entrepreneur who wants her red cape to fly even higher, and you're like, oh my gosh, Sally would love this, direct her to maryfoley.com. And if I can help her in a match, please just share a good resource. That's the thing we do for one another.
Absolutely will do. And now the last question, which is kind of my favorite and a little bit silly, but it's fun. If your shoe style was your personality, would you be boots, stilettos, sneakers, flats, or flip-flops?
Hands down, boots. I love boots. Ever since I've been a little kid.
I'm also a boots gal too, but mine are, covered in glitter, but that's a detail.
Well, there's all kinds of boots. That's one of the things you love about boots, right? High heels, lower heels, everything. I just love boots, and I'm so glad all kinds of boots are in style.
Indeed. Well, this is a wrap. I wanted to say thank you again very much. And the audience should even know that Mary, being a true coach through and through, also took the time to give me some coaching tips on podcasting because she's been doing this for a lot longer than I have. So I'm really grateful to you. And I want people to go take a look at maryfoley.com, read the books that you've put out there, and get their red capes flying higher. Thank you, Mary. And how about that fantastic intro by Touch Circle?